9.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Joining us now to talk turkey and Christmas dinner, it is Jules Clancy from the stonesoup.com. Hello to you, Jules.
Hey Glenn, how you doing?
Very well, thank you very much. Nice of you to join us once again this morning. Of course, talking turkey because Christmas only 10 days away now, and turkey is, of course, a bit of a classic meal. But let's actually run through, I suppose, some of the options for a Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner.
Yeah, so I don't know. What are you planning to cook this year, Glenn?
Well,
are you cooking duty?
I am. For the first time, Christmas is up to me this year. So,
how are you feeling about that?
It's a fairly weighty responsibility, I suppose. I mean, it's not going to be a huge one. I think in total there's probably about 6 of us, so it's not the wide family thing. So it's a good. I suppose it's a good beginner. It's a good starter into it. I'm planning something a bit summery, though I still like my ham. I like a ham, so I'm planning on a half ham.
Absolutely.
And also salmon, a whole salmon. I really want to smoke a whole salmon on Christmas Day.
Are you going to smoke it? Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I've got this little smoker that you just chuck the wood chips in the bottom and whack the lid on and away it goes. It seems really easy, so I thought I'd do that. And maybe some. This isn't sounding summery at all, really, is it? But maybe some lamb. I know there's some things that I really like on Christmas Day, and I wouldn't mind a lamb as well, a little side of lamb.
A bit of side of lamb, okay.
Something like that. And of course, a bunch of salads.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so the salads are sounding summery. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well,
yeah, so I think that sounds like a great Christmas menu, Glenn. And ham, I agree. Like Christmas to me really isn't Christmas without the ham.
Yeah, and especially
I think, ham's a great thing to cook if you're a little bit nervous about cooking big chunks of meat because it's already cooked. You don't have to worry about undercooking it and making everyone sick. But it's really delicious as well. So you kind of just glaze it and it's all good to go. So yeah, I think that's a good thing to have on the menu.
Well, especially also with the ham, it's all about the following days as well. Following days, maybe.
Like summer ham sandwiches, absolutely.
Yeah, and maybe even into the new year, depending on how long it sticks around for.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my mum always used to buy like a massive ham, and we'd be eating ham kind of well into January.
Ham for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then maybe for supper as well. So,
and with the fish, have you cooked a whole salmon before?
No, but I've cooked, obviously quite large salmon pieces, and I've smoked them before.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, so when you're cooking on the bone, I think just a tip for you, and I actually did a class on the virtual cookery school recently about Christmas cooking, and we did a whole salmon. But I found that when you're cooking like whole fish, if you actually score it all the way into the bone, so you're kind of pre-cutting it, and that just opens out the fish. But it also means that when you're cooking it, you can just have a check-in and you can see right down to the bone and see when it's cooked, whether it's cooked or not. And it makes it a lot quicker and it makes it a lot easier. Like you don't have to kind of guess.
That's a great tip. That's a really good tip. And often when you are smoking fish, you normally do that butterfly cut, but you wouldn't do that with a salmon, though, would you?
No. I think just score it down to the bone, because otherwise the smoke might get it a bit overpowering if you've got too much surface area exposed. Yeah.
Okay, and the lamb, I was thinking about doing, not a whole side of lamb, obviously, but a wee leg or something like that. But first of all, roasting it and then finishing it off on the barbecue.
Yeah. So I'd probably be slow roast it for kind of at 150°C or something like that for kind of a longer time, and then finish it off on the barbie just really quickly.
Yeah, and then that would give it the summer vibe as well, finishing on the barbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I guess for turkey, if people are thinking about cooking turkey, I've actually come across a really good method for cooking turkey recently, and where you actually get a frozen turkey and just pop it straight in the oven at kind of a lower heat, and just let it kind of it cooks. It probably takes about an hour longer than a normal turkey would, but it just works really, really well because the because the leg meat usually takes longer to cook, but it's kind of more exposed, so it's the first to defrost. So it starts cooking quicker while the breast is still kind of defrosting, and then the breast starts cooking. So you get that wonderful kind of, the legs are cooked at the same time as the breast, because the biggest challenge with cooking turkey is kind of the two different cooking times that with the legs and the breast, and the legs tend to either get overcooked or vice versa kind of thing. So so people, if you're interested in that method, like, I know you're not doing a turkey, but if anyone out there is, like, if you just Google cooking a turkey from frozen, there's some really informative recipes up there on the web of how to do it.
Wouldn't you say a lot of people have had bad turkey experiences with turkeys completely drying out and just being this horrible dry meat? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of the toughest, kind of pieces of meat to cook a whole turkey. There's a lot of pressure on. I remember, like, when I cooked my first turkey, I was a bit freaked about the whole thing, and it ended up being okay, but it was a bit on the dry side. So, but then lots of cranberry sauce fixed that as well.
Yeah, of course. Have you ever done one of those meals? Seems awfully cruel to me, but you get the turkey and you got the chicken inside the turkey, then you got like a partridge inside the
turducken. Yes, actually, a few years ago I did a turducken, and it's amazing because it's because you actually bone out the bird, so it sounds a bit crazy, but you've just got the layers of meat and different layers of stuffing in between, but you leave the legs and the wings in the turkey. So when it all comes together and it's cooked, it kind of looks like quite a plump but normal turkey, and then you get your carving knife and you just carve right through it, and everyone's like, wow, and you get this lovely, like, the different layers of kind of rainbow layers of meat. So I actually blogged about that on Stone Soup. I'll send you the link so you can have a look. It's quite an involved recipe. It was well before I was into minimalism and 5 ingredients recipes.
Yeah, and because what's the smallest bird that goes inside it? What's the last one?
Oh, the chicken, turducken. So chicken's for the so chicken inside a duck inside a turkey.
Okay.
And I think some people do take it a next step with a quail or something like that, but I can't remember what that's called. That's a bit too much for me.
It's a bit crazy. Okay, so is there anything else on the menu, do you think, for Christmas this year?
Oh, I guess we haven't spoken about dessert, Glenn, the most important part of the meal. So I guess, in my family we always used, like, my mum's friend used to always make us a pudding, and mum would do the whole pour brandy over it and lie at it kind of thing, but it doesn't really sit that well with me because it was like such a heavy, hot pudding in the middle of summer. So I think for me, like, perfect Christmas dessert pavlova with berries, like, fresh cream. It's easy that you can make it in advance, a couple of days, keep the meringue, and then just have the berries and the cream to go on the day. And it's light, but it's fresh, and it's the kind of the berries make it really red and Christmassy. So that would be my number one tip.
Definitely. And for me, a nice terrine or something would be really good to also to maybe kick things off with, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I try and keep the starters really small for Christmas because it tends to be about the main event kind of thing. So I don't want to fill people up too much.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I've got to have something. Getting back to the dessert, something with custard. It's got to have some custard in there. Like
you like the custard? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe a trifle. Wouldn't be Christmas
actually, trifle would be perfect because it's got the colours. So but then it's cool. So and it'll fulfill your custard requirements.
Absolutely. Well, you've also just in time for Christmas brought out a new free e-cookbook as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's just it's a little book, 73 pages, just about it's called 5 Ingredients Simple Baking. So it's just a highlight of all the kind of sweet and kind of treats that I've been blogging about on Stone Soup. I've just packaged it up into a little ebook that you can download. So if you just head over to thestonesoup.com now, it's on the front page. And really appreciate if people downloaded it and shared it with their family and friends.
Yeah, nice. And of course always featuring the wonderful photography as well, not only the recipes themselves.
Yes, there's photos, yep. Yeah. And my pavlova, and my mum's pavlova recipe, so it's well worth checking out.
Oh, choice. Well, I hope it's a great Christmas for you, and you have a great time and eat very well and be merry and all that, and have a great...
I will. I'm going to be in Ireland, so there'll be lots of being merry. I can guarantee.
No doubt. Well, have a great one, and we look forward to talking to you again in the new year.
Yeah, it sounds good, Glenn. You have a great one as well.
Yeah, cheers. That is Jules Clancy, and don't forget to head along to thestonesoup.com and you'll find all those free e-cookbooks and whole lots of tips and all kinds of things there. You can spend a lot of time.